Hey folks, welcome back to another training video at Digital Downs by yours truly, Takayaki. This is going to be a two-part series on meters. So I know a lot of people have been asking about meters, or a lot of new stables that are on the site right now are having questions about meters. Meters can be the biggest immediate hurdle when you register for a stable here, and this can be confusing, can take seem like a long time to figure it out, but it's actually quite simple. So, and I'm hoping today, between these two videos, we can kind of simplify the whole process, get you to the track faster. All right, that's the goal. But you're going to see that working with the meters and manipulating the meters becomes second nature, and then you can worry about strategy and everything else, and enjoy the actual racing aspect of the game. I can say though, with our unique unlimited training ability with new horses, you should be able to master meters rather quickly if you took the time to actually go through it. I mean, you could take one horse and just flip the meters over and over and over and over again and use different techniques and get a feel for how the meters move. So it's not impossible. It's just it takes a little bit of time. I don't think there are many other sites out there that allow you to do unlimited training on new horses. I mean, basically, you could get a horse today, train it, work it, know exactly where it needs to be, and race it tomorrow, which is fantastic in my opinion. So use the tool to your advantage, right? Unlimited training. Take what you learned today from these two videos and apply it, and just try it over and over and over again. And I guarantee you, this meter situation will be much easier for you to manage. All right. So what we're going to do initially is just explain a little bit about the meters and what to expect, what it does, just little things. And we're not really going to get into workout times or any of that stuff. It's strictly about meters. So let's take a look at what we have as far as the meters. Right now I'm in the training section of the horse's stats page, right? And you can see this is where the meters are at, and all the meters are 100, okay? Below that, you're going to find the regular training, and this is where you select your surface type. We have dirt, select your track. We're going Belmont. The distance from 2 furlong all the way to 2 mile. This is actually 1.5 miles, okay? Even on your time workout, the 2 mile listing is 1.5 miles. For some reason, there's a glitch there, but it's 1.5 miles, and I'll try to get that corrected. And then you have your instruction. We have 4 instructions: 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Now, what's important here to know is, let's say that it's after a race, because really that's where your meters become most important. When you're training a horse for the first time, you have the ability to flip in and out of it and work it and flip the meters and do it 100 times if you wanted to. But after you race your first time, you don't have that ability anymore. So whatever your meters are, they are, right? So it ideally, right, if I had a horse and it raced, the clock flip that evening at midnight is going to is basically is a day of rest considered for your horse, right? And you may see a fitness creep. This fitness will creep up. It's recommended that you give your horse a full day's rest. So essentially, it's 2 clock flips, right? It's the clock flip of the day that you raced, a day's rest, and then a clock flip into the next day. So it's like one whole day where the horse basically does nothing. By doing that, your fitness meter is automatically going to be in a prime position to be at 100 the next time you do a full train. Okay, and we'll get into that when we actually show you how to flip the meters. But it's recommended to give a horse a whole day's rest. And if you did that, you're going to see most of your fitness meters be way higher than the rest of your meters. Okay, so that's kind of like an ideal prep for a train. Now, what we mainly look at here as far as to get to 100s for racing, we're worried about fitness to be 100, stamina to be 100, and we're worried about speed to be at 100. They're the 3 most important meters to get to the track with, right? You want them all to be 100. I mean, can you race? Can you possibly win with one of them being less than 100? Maybe. It's not recommended, and I think in higher competition and bigger races, I think that's not going to work out in your favor. Certainly not with speed, stamina, or fitness. Endurance and strength we can get to later, but really we're looking for fitness and speed and stamina to be all 100. That is your goal, and that is your goal after watching these couple videos. All right. So we talked about the fitness creep, and we talked about the 3 most important meters. I can tell you that the only meter I would look at after a fitness creep would be stamina. The stamina to me is the one thing that I watch, or I would watch, and the other ones kind of fall into place. The stamina dictates what you do down here. All right. Um, if you focus on the stamina, tweak it, get that to be 100. Most times, this fitness will be 100 and the speed will be 100. I also only would recommend initially when you're learning this to work with 5 instructions or 5 setups, right? You have your main one, your 2 mile down here, your 2 mile, which is a mile and a half, lead pony gallop, which is your number one go-to. This is a full train. This is going to give you the most gain of all your meters. This is usually the first one that you lead with after a rest. Your fitness meter creeps up, and it's your first train. You have this setup. It's 2 mile lead pony gallop. It's going to give you your greatest bump, okay? And then I usually only will work with 4 other setups, right? It's either going to be a 2 mile fast rider gallop, a 2 mile medium rider gallop, a 2 mile fast rider gallop. And this usually comes into play on the second train. So your first train would be 2 mile lead pony gallop. We call that a full train. Then your second train is a maintenance train. Okay, so usually, sometimes you can go 2 mile lead pony gallop followed by another 2 mile lead pony gallop, and you're ready to race. And we'll get into that on the next video. But a lot of times you're going to need 3 training sessions. You're going to need a full train, which is 2 mile lead pony gallop. You're going to need a maintenance train, which is the second one, and then back to a 2 mile lead pony gallop for a third full train. All right, and again in the next video, you'll see that actually in action. All right, so again, that's 4 so far. So it's like a 2 mile lead pony gallop, 2 mile fast, 2 mile medium, 2 mile slow. That's 4 setups. Okay, and then there's a 5th one, which is a trick, and that's when your fitness meter is locked up. Okay, we use a 2 furlong fast to help roll that fitness meter back, and we'll show you that on the next video. So again, it looks a little bit more difficult than it actually is. If you streamline this down to 5 setups that I just explained, okay, and you focus on fitness, stamina, and speed to make those 3 100, okay, and more importantly, let the stamina dictate what your second train is going to be. Your stamina is going to tell you if the second train needs to be another full train of 2 mile lead pony gallop, or if the second train needs to be a maintenance train, okay? And if you follow this, your meters are going to be ready more times than not with rather ease, okay? So it's highly recommended that you watch the second video where I actually apply a lot of what I just talked about now, and I'm hoping that it really helps you guys out. And I apologize for not having this up on the site sooner. Working on a bunch of other things, but with all the influx of the new stables and their questions and the questions on Discord, it's pretty apparent that the meters, that hurdle, that initial hurdle, if we cleared that up, we get folks to the track a lot faster and maybe a little bit more successful faster and a little bit less frustration, right? I'd rather you race with a horse that's ready to go. That way you can focus on the strategy of things, and then to worry about not having your meters right and you're basically losing before you even start, right? So stay tuned for video number 2, and thanks for watching.